Hello, Zechariah Etheridge, Etheridge Law PLLC, a Raleigh-based personal injury and bankruptcy law firm. So today, this video is going to be for anyone who is interested in launching their own law firm. I am officially, as of this morning at 7:53 a.m., I think it is, the proud owner of Etheridge Law PLLC. Now, I sent in my paperwork in mid-January, and I don't know why, but it suffered several delays, pushing me out actually a month. I was planning to launch in week 1 of February, but nevertheless, I'm happy we're here. So one of the videos I've been most excited to shoot is what do you need to set up a new law firm video? The reason why is because although I did my research online and I spent a lot of time speaking with people, there was no one to really soup to nuts explain every single thing that you're going to need. And I'm hoping to do that in this video here. I have a lot of friends who are interested in becoming entrepreneurs, and I have a lot of people I look up to who are already doing it. But there's very few people who have documented the process from start to finish. And that's what I'm hoping to do with my firm. Crossing my fingers that things go as well as I'm expecting them to, and that I can report back to you guys some successes. But we're not there yet. We're here. We are on day 1. And I want to share with you guys everything you're going to need to get in order to start your firm. So let's get into it. To start my firm, and I'll just pull this out here, right? You're going to need a website, bank account, both an operating account, and if you're going to be doing billable work and maintaining getting a retainer, you're going to need a trust account, and you'll need several trust accounts for each of your clients. So that's website, bank account, subpart A, operating account, subpart B, trust accounts, plural. Then number 3, you're going to need malpractice insurance. And if you have an office and you have employees, you're going to need general liability insurance. You'll need a practice management software. That's going to be MyCase, CaseFox, FileVine. Clio is very popular, and that's where you'll have your clients and all the different matters and their documents stored there. You'll need an accounting software so you can make sure that you have an easy time doing your taxes, whether you do them quarterly or just once a year. I would highly recommend doing them quarterly. You'll also need Microsoft 365 or G Suite. That's where you're going to get access to word processing, Excel, or Google's equivalent. You can also create your professional email address there. So it's not going to be, say, zach@gmail.com, but it'll be zach@etheridgelawpllc.com or whatever you choose for your handle. In addition to your professional email, I would recommend getting a second phone number. I used Google service where you can use Google Voice and get a separate phone number. And when people call that phone number, it's going to immediately forward to my personal cell phone number. But I can turn that off because after a certain time of day, I don't think I'll want to be getting calls. And if people really need to reach me, they can just email me. Because I'm maintaining a virtual office, I opted to get a virtual mailing address. Well, what is that? So your virtual mailing address is an address that your mail can be forwarded to, that your mail is received at, and then they forward it to you. So that way you can keep your personal mailing address, you can keep your personal mailing address from the public record. You don't have to mention it on litigation pleadings, and you don't have to be sending out your home address to the entire world when you're trying to run your business. That service is about $15 a month, and I really appreciate it because it allows me to keep my personal address anonymous. You're also going to obviously need to register your business. So that process is not hard, but it is more involved than if you're just registering an LLC. So because I'm an attorney and I'm registering a professional limited liability company, I had to go through a few more hoops. Specifically, I had to get some documents from the North Carolina State Bar stating that I'm an attorney in good standing. And then I had to then furnish that to the Secretary of State. Um, and the process took a lot longer than I anticipated, to be honest. I thought it would be a week, 2 weeks max type of thing. It, for some reason, took me 30 days. So if you are in the process of or interested in starting your own law firm, do that first and then start to get everything else in order, because these things do take time. The website is one thing I want to drill down on while I have your attention in this video, and the rest of these things that we can discuss at a later time. The website will be your clients, your potential clients' first introduction to who you are as an attorney, especially if you're a solo, because although I have a law firm, it's essentially me. I have a few mentors who are going to help me out here and there. I'll be hiring some staff at some point, but right now it's just me. So your website needs to reflect your personality. It does not need to look like the big law firm's website that you just came from. It does not need to look like, John Smith's firm who's been practicing for 20 years and maybe has a more elaborate setup. It just needs to reflect who you are and be very clear about what type of services you offer and who you help. Once on the website, if the potential client chooses to retain you, should have very easy, you should make that process very easy for them. So you should have your phone number there if you'd like for them to call you, or if you'd like to just do appointment-based consultations, then you can actually put a scheduling tool there on the website. What I have is I have my phone number, and then I have a box where you can enter your name, phone number, and email, and a brief description of what is this going on. And then I receive that a notification to my email, and then I'll reach out to potential clients and we'll set up a time to talk over Teams or over the phone. And one of the things that I've automated is as soon as someone submits an inquiry to me, they are redirected to fill out either a personal injury intake form or a bankruptcy litigation intake form. So that lets me know what it is that we're going to be discussing, and I can prepare my notes a little bit better and be able to advise the client on how I plan on handling their legal matter at that time. And actually, as I'm thinking about it, it might not be a bad idea for me to have a general intake form, because I will be doing a few things that are outside of the bankruptcy litigation and the personal injury world. And I'd like for clients to be able to provide information about that as well. But as you can tell, hopefully, from this video, you have to think linearly about these things, and you have to be able to forecast where things might arise, because you want the intake process and you want everyone using your firm to have as easy of an experience, as streamlined and worry-free of an experience as possible. So the way to do that is to try to build out workflows and try to make sure that everything you need, you either already have it or know how to easily get it. And you can't figure out everything, but you should try to figure out as much as you can at the outset. So that way, once you're done with the case and you've got 3 more cases sitting on your desk now, you don't have to figure out, well, how do I actually do billing? Or how do I make sure I bifurcate these expenses for these 2 clients who have a similar issue, but, I had one trip and, so I'm working on blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, but there's all sorts of unique situations where you need to bifurcate expenses or track expenses in a way that you hadn't anticipated originally. So it's good to think about those things before you get started. Overall, it hasn't been too bad of a process in getting things set up. I'm extremely excited to be offering legal services to my community. This is something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I feel so privileged to be able to practice law and so privileged to be able to live in Raleigh and serve the people who live in this area. I really enjoy litigation, and more than that, I really enjoy making really complicated things easy to understand for the judge and easy to understand for my clients. That's just one of the things I really enjoy. So enough about that. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I'll try to keep these updates coming. And if you have any questions or if there's anything that you'd like for me to speak more about or touch on that I didn't discuss in this video, please leave me a comment below. Please be respectful. I'm new to this, and I know that there's some room for improvement here and there, but I look forward to building some community with you all. Thanks.